Do y'all ever have these pictures that pop up on your iPhone and it triggers a memory, moments into memories? I had that happen the other day. I'd had some pictures of Rodney and me with Lionel Richie at Linda's home in Malibu. He came over and spent an evening with us, and we had a great time together. Well, he was going to appear in concert in Memphis at the FedEx Forum with Earth, Wind, and Fire, which happens to be an act that I absolutely adore and have since the 70s. So I asked Rodney, I said, do you think we could go to the concert? We could see Lionel and, maybe even get backstage. I didn't know what we were going to try to do, but he said, oh, good grief. And he said, oh, okay, all right. So I ordered the ticket. I had bought the seats on the main floor, right behind all the stage equipment, computers, and all that. We were probably 30 rows from the stage. I had no idea. Nobody sits at a concert. They stand the entire time. I thought we'd all be sitting there kumbaya and rocking back and forth. Not at this concert. I'm telling you what, they stood the entire time. I couldn't even see the big screens. Rodney and I had no arms on our chairs. He'd help me get up. I'd turn around and help him get up. It was just pitiful. If somebody had a video of us doing that, I looked over at one time. Poor Rodney had his fingers in his ears. At that point, his poor hearing aids were hanging out and dangling, looking like caterpillars on either side of his cheeks. And he said, after about an hour, he said, we can't do this. I said, but Ronnie, I haven't even heard Lionel yet. He said, all right, you're either going to have to learn to sign because I'm going to be deaf, or else we're going to need to leave because I'd like to protect whatever hearing I still have left. I said, oh, good grief. I said, all right. So we pushed ourselves back up together. These ushers had evidently been watching us, and they thought, those poor old people that are sitting there. They came running over and they said, are y'all wanting to leave? And I said, I guess it looked like we were ready to leave. I said, we were stooped over. We were so cramped from having to stand the whole time. They said, look, there is an elevator back here that the Grizzlies used to go to their locker room. And they said, we're going to let you use that elevator. Is that not the most pitiful thing you've ever seen? We were the only people in that elevator to get back up to the main floor. Rodney said, if I want to hear Earth, Wind, and Fire, and if I want to hear Lionel, I can go to Spotify, I can go to Pandora, but he ain't going anywhere. So that was my little story from my basically moment made into memory. Y'all take care. Bye.